So, alrighty. One thing I was thinking of doing was assembling some these, the whatever starter packs. I could just sign these. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to make of that. Get the Whoppers. The Whoppers are all eaten up. It's from another day. I do have, well, it's in the other room. I do have the Playtron that I used to make the video in the other room over there. I could grab it later. Alright. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna play my new song. Put it on loop. Because I can. And I'll be signing the moose photos here. How have I been signing them? There. Moose. Let's get Moosebot dancing some more. We'll do We Are Taking Off. I might scoot over a little bit. Over this way. Moosebot framed up a little bit better. There. This is gonna be a very nothing stream, TBH, but hey, you got questions, I'm here. Ba-ba-doo. Now, should I go with a basic, question is, should I go with like a basic printed signature for these? Or should I go with like a fancy, weird, scribbledy-gook signature? One in the chat for regular, 2 in the chat for scribbledy-gook. Hey, thanks for the follow. You know, holes is 2. Scribbledy-gook. Got a 2 for scribbledy-gook. And a smiley face. Sometimes in the starter packs, I'll draw like a face of a moose. Maybe I'll do that on these as well. See, like draw a little moose head underneath. That seems like a little bit too much though. Maybe I'll do it in the corner. I'll do scribbledy-gook moose. And then there, like this. That could be good. I'll change it up a little bit. Yeah, I like that. I like drawing the moose up in the corner as part of the signature. That's cute. I like it. Moosebot's done dancing. Oh. Well, I thought he was done. Let's have him do Trojan Horse. Whatever that means. Who does the singing for Burnin for Moose? That's my friend Lauren. So Lauren and I worked together on a musical project back in 2019. And I was like helping orchestrate and do a little bit of music direction for it. And we met through that. She was kind of like the lead antagonist in the show. And we worked with each other. And hit it off. And so she was such a rock star. I was like, we got to collab sometime. And then once I had some songs written, we started working together. So yeah, she sings on all my songs. Yeah, I really like this look for the signed photos, having the little moose logo drawn in there. That's cute. I like that. I should go through the old ones and make sure I draw all the moose heads. Alright. I'm burning for you. Good stuff. Yeah, so I've also got, I've been so busy this week, I haven't been able to do any lives, and I mean, even today, I'm not even really doing like a proper live. I'm just doing a little hangout, get some work done in the studio. But one of my plans is I just got a laser, like a whole laser light thing, and I'm going to be able to do laser light shows for my performances now, and that's going to be really awesome. It's just, I needed like a haze machine to go with the laser, and then also like I'm building a little mount so that the laser can shoot directly up, because otherwise it was going to be difficult to, just framing, weird stuff. It was just going to be tricky to get it to work properly, so got all that stuff together now, working on that. I also saw for Burnin for Moose, already got over 150 streams on it within 24 hours, which is pretty good. More than I usually get on releases, so we're growing the Moose brand. Ba-ba-ba-boo. Maybe I should join the Discord chat. Just go live and hang out for whoever wants to join. Might as well, if it's gonna work. Although then that would make you guys want to not join the live. I don't know. I'll stick here for now. See if anyone shows up. I'm burning for you. I'm worried that, what about Alex, join in as usual.
The live is saved, the great one is here.
What was that?
It's okay, the live is saved, the great one is here.
I don't know. I guess I'll just hang out. You can hang out in here. Although I'm not gonna lie, it's a little overwhelming with Moosebot. I might just turn off Moosebot for now. He's really friggin' loud. It's exhausting. Put the music back on. Although, are you able to hear me over the music through the Discord?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. It's so hard to tell, like, levels, because I'm monitoring and streaming at different levels.
No, yeah, you're good.
Cool. Cool, Bonzo Beans. So how you doing?
Tired but alive, so can't complain. Trying to convince my friends to deliver me Starbucks, but it's not working.
What's your Starbucks drink of choice?
I have never been to Starbucks, but I've just been complaining about it.
You like the what?
I have never been to Starbucks, but it's just funny to complain to them about it.
Ah. I dig, dog. Let me see some.
I got like slandered for 3 days by saying a large or instead of whatever it's called.
Oh, venti.
Listen, doesn't that venti? I'm pretty sure venti doesn't even mean large or something. Hold on.
Yeah,
right?
so it was they had a joke about this in the movie Role Models. It's so tall is English for large, grande is Spanish for large, and venti means 20 in Italian. And the reason is because it's 20 ounces, is why it's called a venti.
Oh.
Yep.
The more you know.
I wish I could go do a little bit more of an interesting live, but I've got family over right now.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just kind of like I can't really do too much at the moment.
So you've hidden in your basement.
Sort of. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Now it's I just there's a couple different reasons, can't be doing too much right now. But the other thing is, I'm excited about the laser light though. That'll be pretty epic. I've got this guy, Vox Damon. He does some pretty cool laser light show stuff.
You're missing the stream opportunity though. You know that one kid that like threw a 30-second rave every time you got a kill in Call of Duty?
The problem is I don't have a haze machine, and you don't get the effect of the lights without a haze machine is the problem.
Ah, yeah.
So if you so when you put up like the laser lights, you only get, without the haze, you just see the ends of the lights. You don't actually see the trails.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which I didn't actually know. So when I was setting it up, I was like, what the hell? This doesn't look cool at all. And then I figured out, oh, you need haze to get the cool light trails.
Yeah.
And so I ordered a haze machine now, and so that came in, but then we had a big snowstorm thing going on earlier this week, so the haze machine came in, but the actual haze solution didn't come in.
Oh, yeah.
So because of that, we I was looking at Amazon, and it said like running late, and then it just said your package is probably lost. Do you want to cancel? And I was like, yeah, it would have been nice if you told me this instead of me just waiting around like some sort of asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the haze machine, the haze solution's coming in tomorrow, and then my dad is helping me build like a little mount to put the lasers up. And
you know what this means? It leaves the perfect amount of time for skydiving with the keytar.
I guess that's true. Jeez, I'm so afraid of heights. I would not manage well on that. I'm kind of like one of those things where it's like maybe it would be good like exposure therapy to do a skydiving. Help with both my death anxiety and my anxiety about heights, but it sounds kind of horrifying.
Yeah, it's good. See, that just turned into a video of just pure hilarious, just watching you start screaming on the way down. Like the occasional note comes out on the keytar.
Yeah. My biggest fear would be that I just like drop the keytar because the strap on the keytar itself is not super stable. Like sometimes when I'm picking it up and putting it on, like one of the pieces just plops off, and if that thing falls, that'll kill someone easily if it drops.
I was about to be like, oh dude, that's $1,000 on the train. Screw the people.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I could always buy another one if it broke, but can't buy a new person. At least you'd think. Alrighty. Yeah. But yeah, not exactly banking on this being a super high-grossing thing. Oh, we got Modern Sheets tuning in on Facebook. Iced caramel macchiato for their drink of choice from Starbucks. I don't really drink Starbucks anymore. I would usually get the brown sugar shaken espresso. That was always my favorite.
English, please.
It's just espresso, but with brown sugar and oat milk, and it's so delicious. But I got an espresso maker back in 2020 for Christmas, and so I just kind of make my own coffee these days. I also really like boba. I had some boba earlier today.
Oh, this sounds stupid. I've never been able to get on the boba like craze.
You have to get a good one. Once you get like a good boba, you never turn back. It's really good. But the problem is that there's a lot of shitty boba out there.
Yeah. That's what's it's just everywhere around me. There's like no good boba.
Yeah. This is fun drawing all these mooses for the starter pack. Modern Sheets got his. I'm sorry, Modern Sheets. You don't get the, I started drawing moose heads on there. I mean, I draw the moose head and my signature on the personal notes for the starter packs, but I didn't think to draw an actual moose head on as part of my signature. This could have detrimental effects in the future if I have to start signing lots of things. I've never seen boba near you. Where are you based out of, Tyler? I'm curious where you're out near. Where there's this boba drought.
I feel like it'd be Wyoming. Wyoming just seems like a place I'd have a boba drought.
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere mountainous, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. All wonderful
International
places,
Space Station.
but not a ton of stuff going on outside of the usual local culture, which is good for people who like to kind of preserve their local culture. Upper New York, I'm surprised that the like, are we talking like northeastern or northwestern New York? If we're talking about man, what am I thinking? Is North End? What am I saying? I can't remember the lingo about New York, what they call it anywhere north of Manhattan. Uplands.
Places like the north. Upstate.
Upstate. That's what it was. I was thinking up, not uptown. Up around northwest. Oh, that's surprising. Because isn't that like Syracuse around that area? I'd be surprised that'd be. Are we like talking like Canadian border northwest or like Syracuse northwest? To be honest, I'm not super familiar with either location. Or like Buffalo. I don't know anything.
I'm the type of person that goes, nothing exists outside New York City.
And I'm actually pretty good with geography, but like I don't know what it is about not Pacific Northwest, with the New England, like Canadian border, it just gets a little bit foggy for me.
Well, there's like 7 states shoved in that area. Very differently shoved.
And then for those who haven't already gotten it, even though I think I'm pretty much preaching to the choir, be sure to get a starter pack if you haven't done so already. Link in bio, all that jazz. I've sold a pretty decent amount of starter packs. I also got these new envelopes to send them out because when I was Syracuse Northwest and shocked to get, oh wow, yeah, I'm interested. Syracuse doesn't have a boba place. I'm sure there's something, but you never know. But yeah, I got these new envelopes for the starter packs as well. Got the Moose logo and whatnot. Got my little P.O. box address on there. Because when I was sending them out, if I had to send out like 3 or 4 of them, I just like writing my address over and over was such a pain in the ass. So I was just like, you know what? I'll just take it and I'll get them ordered. And they're super cheap. Like I bulk ordered this and it's like as cheap as just buying them at the post office. So it was just made sense.
Come on. Let's get like a rough estimate. How many of those total have you sold?
I'd have to check. I think I've sold about 20 or 30. Somewhere in that range.
Not badly priced at all, like a merch item, just for shipping and handling.
Yeah, I think I barely break even on it, because it's like $7 shipping and handling. The cost is like $6.50, so I think I maybe net 50 cents total on them, but you know, it's about getting the thing out. I didn't sell, so like there's also the upsell for the, when you get the starter pack, you get the upsell offer for the Moose VIP pack. And it was like $60, you get a hat, a shirt, a poster for Neon Kingdom, all that jazz. It's pretty cool stuff, but it's like $60 is a little bit to shell out, quite a bit to shell out on a whim for something. So I changed it now to a $30 VIP pack. I've been meaning to mention this to the people who've purchased the starter pack already, is that, hey, there's a $30 version now instead. And so for those who've already gotten a starter pack, if they're interested, we can set something up to get that. Here, I'll go grab the Neon Kingdom posters, because they're pretty awesome.
Alright guys, it's time. Entire stream, it's time for me to plug the Discord. Join in so I can take 420 on the counting channel. Shameless plug.
Taking over the stream. But yeah, so
entire stream.
The Neon Kingdom posters, they're like a 9x12 kind of thing, but they're super cool. I've got a full-size one back behind me in the theater zone over here, but yeah, I love the design. My friend Chase came up with another Florida native for you there, Alex.
Where?
I think he's in Tampa, if I'm not mistaken. Where are you located?
Hold up.
As I dox you.
Casually doxing everyone here. This is the moose with a scarf way.
Yeah. Start some controversy. Like, news article, Moose with a Scarf, obscure electronic musician doxes random Discord member in TikTok Live. I can see the headlines on. Man, if there was ever like some sort of campaign to get me in trouble for something, there would be no shortage of menacing photos of me. I just have such a naturally, like, it's kind of like how there's resting bitch face. I have like resting menace face when I'm focused on things. Like back when I did like a piano show gig, there was like the picture that they used was me like this, like. And it's just like when I'm focused. When you're focused on performing and stuff, it's like you kind of like you get a little bit of squinty-eyed and stuff, and you're looking down at the keys when I'm playing piano, and it's like I'm just like, this is kind of scary. It's a scary picture of me that they're using to advertise my light-hearted piano show. So
I think how weird this is. The stream delay is like a full minute from where I live, so I'm just thinking now how I'm gonna see this like a minute later.
Oh, yeah.
This random frightening face is gonna pop up on my screen.
Maybe, like, on your TikTok or the Twitch or something?
I'm running the TikTok. I probably should check the Twitch. It's probably faster.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I think Twitch... Yeah, TikTok's probably a slower delay because it's using Wi-Fi, whereas, like, my Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and everything, that should be pretty immediate because it's, like, it's Ethernet connection, pretty high bit rate.
The Facebook Live. They're not gonna have to. I'm actually gonna have to. I'm just casually running the Facebook Live.
Very excited about this track. I'm excited that the Burger King video is doing well. I was very excited when I came up with that. I was like, yes, this is gotta go viral, right? So,
I saw the video and I was like, oh, I'm really mad I didn't come up with that. It's really smart.
I was driving in the car yesterday and I don't remember why it popped into my head. Oh yeah, it popped in my head because I was like, hey, I should play that on my keytar, and then I remembered I got the Playtron. I was like, I should play it on actual Whoppers, and so I'll be milking that video for quite a bit. I've got the behind the scenes of it coming out on Monday. I'll do the behind the scenes kind of thing. And then I've also did a version, here I'll give you a sneak preview on TikTok for the TikTok fans over here. I guess I could probably do a screen share. Let me add, let me do...
I got the Twitch.
I'm going to do a window capture and open up this secret upcoming video that I will be posting next week. So, super fresh sneak preview in my Whopper series. I just got to add the window capture for QuickTime. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I saw the video. I was like, oh, there's either one of two ways he did. He either did the Playtron, or he just like connected a bunch of random wires
and
to it and just played it on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I wanted to legit do it.
Yeah.
Let me see here. All right, window capture ain't doing it, so let's just do a screen capture, maybe. Screen capture. Whoa! Let's make this smaller here, and then. Oh my gosh! All right. Then pull this in over here. And,
all the comments are just now play the Whopper song.
Now I'll flip this over here for everyone else to see. What? Wait, it's not letting me flip it. Okay. TikTok Live is such a pain. Flip camera. There we go. All right. Super duper sneak preview to one of my upcoming Whopper series videos.
I'm just seeing like AC. I'm just hearing AC/DC playing. Or were you just standing there staring at your computer?
You can't see the video?
I think the stream delay is just like that far behind. I have it. I checked.
It's fine. It played. I'm sure of it. Boo. Now flip this back. Oh my goodness. I should probably. I realize I've got to do. Or I'll just put this on a loop for right now while I'm.
There it goes.
Going.
Yeah, played.
All right. And then I realized I should.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, 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 Whopper. Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, 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 Whopper. Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, 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 Whopper.
All right, enough of that now. All right, hide that. Boom. Now flip this back around as I continue. I don't know why TikTok makes it such a pain in the ass to flip the camera, but they do. Actually, I was gonna say I could show some of the behind the scenes stuff maybe while I'm here.
Yeah.
So let me I've got a whole behind the scenes video on how I made the actual video coming out Monday, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
And a few like voiceover videos talking about like how I spent, because it cost $56 to get all those Whoppers. I didn't realize when I ordered them. I figured it was like, yeah, it'd probably be like $15-20 to buy these Whoppers and stuff. And then I get the bill is like $56, and I was like, well, I can't not do it. This is like my viral moment potentially. So I did. Although I realized I was kind of bummed that I didn't get an Impossible Whopper or a Bacon Whopper, because I didn't pay close enough attention to the song. So I was just like, well, damn, this is my opportunity here. I could have.
I would say, like, you missed an opportunity. You could have gotten a single, double, triple, a bacon, and an Impossible.
So what I did was I got two juniors, two regulars, one double, and one triple. The only ones I forgot to get was the Impossible and the Bacon. So.
That's not bad.
Yeah, so I for the most part remembered all of them. It was just kind of like a little video showing the Playtron connected to all the burgers. Oh yeah, I forgot to stream. Turn this back on, so you can see.
I think on the Playtron, it can make opportunities for videos.
I did a video of me talking about what I did, but then it came out all distorted, so I was like, that's not going to work. And then here's one of the behind-the-scenes-y kind of videos. So yeah, it's just the raw video file of me.
It's going to be like a year later, you're just going to post like, I watched my PK Whopper video at 0.25 speed to find this hidden trick.
And then I think I just started over and then played it again. So you're really getting to see how the sausage is made here. Usually for these is like I'll probably play like the thing 4 or 5 times, and then whichever take I like the best, I'll use in the final version. Sometimes I'll cut together multiple takes. I mean, I used 2 different angles for the actual video, which is how I did it. So it's technically 2 different performances, but 1 audio file from the original performance. And then you can kind of hear sometimes the because of the electronic signals, there would sometimes be a weird, funky overlapping. So you kind of hear there's like a blip, blip, blip kind of thing in this performance here. So I didn't end up using that one. So you'll hear it in this.
Is that just directly wired to a speaker or a computer?
Yeah. So the So basically, everything you can see here, it's all plugged into. They are all plugged into the Playtron, and then that Playtron is plugged into the MIDI port or the USB port on my computer. And
Oh yeah.
it's just sending MIDI information, and then I've got a speaker in my my studio that plays back all the whatever's coming out. So
Yeah.
Yep.
The biggest thing I was just surprised by, so surprised it completed the circuit in your right hand when you only had it connected to your left.
Yeah, because it's just the ground is all it is. Is it's the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the ground is I hook it on my ring actually. It makes it pretty easy to just have it right there, and I don't have to pull it back too far. So that makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah. I was kind of frankly surprised when I saw how well it actually worked.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised too. And then this one right here, this is just me goofing around just to show that I am actually playing the notes right here. So you kind of see.
That's which note is every one of the whoppers?
So the bottom one, I retuned it for the Thunderstruck version, but the this one, so the bottom one was D. It's just a D major scale, so D, E, F sharp, G, G, A, and B. Because those are only the 6 notes that were played in the whole thing. I've been talking to my wife about that because we were like trying to figure out did they purposely make the song bad because they knew that it was going to people were going to
oh yeah, 100%.
enjoy it. And it's 100%, because that's one of the things you learn about when you're doing content stuff is controversy and inflammatory content tends to get more views because people have to voice their opinions about oh, that was terrible, or it's oh, I like that, or oh, I hated it. And so if you automatically will say something incendiary or post something incendiary, then you will automatically get traction. I personally I don't like conflict, and so I don't like to make super incendiary posts, and which is partially why I think I've struggled to have a little bit of a slower growth with a lot of my content. I could probably, I've got a ton of really incendiary content ideas, but I like to be authentic, and this is a video that I'm actually going to talk about as well, as authenticity in art is very important.
Yeah, you got to drop some of the ideas here. It's the worst video you plan on making.
Well, I don't know. A lot of them are kind of older ideas, but just stuff, just starting off with something. One of my most incendiary hot takes that I've even put out in a video is just that aspartame is not bad for you. It's super milquetoast, but people get really fired up about aspartame and diet sodas and stuff. And so I just put something out there on that, and it was just super, again, not a crazy hot take or anything, but there's other things as well, as I don't like minimalism in music. I personally think that minimalist music, strictly minimalist music, like the Philip Glass, Steve Reich school of minimalist style music is dumb. And the reason is because, and although it came from kind of a nice place where the idea was academic music is becoming way too complicated with 12-tone serialism and chromaticism and atonality, that it was a rebuke to that, where they were well, let's make music so basic and so simple that it is to combat this overcomplicated, overdone version of the music that's so popular in academia. And so they're making music that is purposely uninteresting and unintuitive and stuff. And although there's aspects of minimalism that I think are very beautiful and cool and interesting, the music itself is meant to be dumbed down. And when I hear people talking about how much they love minimalism, I'm you like music that's specifically made to be dumb and simple is the thing.
The greatest counter-argument of all time to it.
And so and that's not to say that it isn't always terrible, because like I said, you can have a beautiful thing, but the problem is that they overdo it. and that they over repeat things, and like you'll have a song that could easily just be like 3 minutes long, but they'll make it 30 minutes long because that's the point of minimalism, is to make this endless, annoying kind of loop, again, to kind of counteract the establishment of academic musicians, which again is like, I understand the sentiment, whereas like when you listen to like the Schoenberg kind of stuff and a lot of that 20th century like post Stravinsky crazy experimental sounding stuff, it's jarring and exhausting to listen to, and it's kind of up its own ass, and people are just trying too hard to be original as opposed to making something that sounds nice, and it just it's very unenjoyable to listen to. What up, Max? My cousin tuning in on the TikTok. Glad to see you there. All right, I've got this many more photos I've got to sign until I've signed them all, and then I can start assembling these starter packs.
I think speedrun.
Yeah, speedrun. Ba-ba-da-doo. Ba-ba-ba-boo. So, yep.
This might sound like a stupid question, but do you think anything with like the Blue Coats guitar gave more attention to the guitar as an instrument itself, and that brought more thing around, or what do you think around that?
Yeah, probably. I mean, here's the thing: is like, I got the guitar just because I didn't want to do just regular old piano content. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I do is like, even just when it was on the keyboard, I would just be playing solos on the synth itself, and I was just thinking, it's fun to play and shred around on like synthesizers and keyboards, but it doesn't look as flashy. And then I thought, well, maybe I should get a guitar, because I'd always wanted one, and I always thought that they looked cool and fun and interesting, but I'd never really just like thought about getting one. And then I got it, and I was like, okay, this is fun, and I can start goofing around, making some content with that, playing some of my solos, all that jazz. And then I thought I think I got a couple requests to play some songs, and I was like, oh, that's an idea. I could do my whole High Five Elon thing. Basically, it was just like, I'll start a series of where I'm playing songs on the guitar until I go viral. And then I was like, well, what's a kind of silly, stupid thing I could put together? I was like, oh, well, just try to get a high five from Elon Musk, because he was very, like, a meme kind of character at the time. He still kind of is. And so I was like, that sounds fun and goofy, and it'll get people kind of to rally behind a silly cause. And I keep forgetting about the Dragon Force series. I haven't had a chance. I've been so busy with a lot of the gearing up for this year's releases that I haven't had a chance to shoot a lot of like more guitar content for both like my Dragon Force Through the Fire and the Flames thing, or for like the High Five Elon series. And I've been meaning to get around to it, but it's just like I had to get a whole bunch of stuff ready for, well, yesterday for the release for Burnin for Moose and for a few other things as well. And then one thing that I started getting a lot of comments on was the Blue Coats thing. And I'd never heard of it before because I didn't really follow marching band stuff or DCI drum corps things. And so I looked it up, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I was like, I have no idea how I'm going to learn how to play this, because it's not the easiest thing to transcribe. Oh, by the way, thank you, Yavier Fluffy, for following. I appreciate it. Be sure to share, like the live, all that jazz. I'm really phoning
like the live. Send your credit card information in chat.
Yeah, post your stream key and your social security number. No, don't do that. Don't ban me, TikTok. But yeah, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to really do this, because it's like the audio was kind of hard to tell what the hell was going on in the Blue Coat stuff. And so I was like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to swing transcribing this. And I looked at a few transcriptions on MuseScore, and they weren't really super accurate.
Yeah.
And part of me was also like, when I'm doing these things, is like, I've got a lot of stuff going on, so I don't want to have to spend like several hours to do one video. And so
the only way I think that...
Go ahead.
The only way I think that would be possible would be just physically taking the footage of him playing it and just slowing it down obscenely slow and watching each individual note he plays.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely one way to do
Yeah.
it. You could transcribe it by slowing it down too, but the problem is, again, because of the sound and the recording of the videos online, there's so much noise in the background that it's hard to tell what exactly is being played, even when you slow
Yeah.
it down, because there's so much, like, when you stretch out audio, there's going to be artifacting, and when there's a lot of background noise, the artifacting gets a lot worse, so it becomes like
Ooh, yeah.
and it's like really, really difficult to tell what the hell is going on. And so then I got the idea. I was like, well, this could be kind of funny. Well, I started researching Ryan Jacobs and who he was, and it turns out that he is going to Berkeley, which is where I went for undergrad, and he's also from Overland Park, Kansas City, and I'm from Lenexa, Kansas, which they're basically neighboring spots. And I go, like, I'm in Overland Park like every day for various things. And so I was like, wow, this is crazy. We are very similar, from like the same area, went to the same school, and a lot of similarities. I was like, this is crazy. Maybe I should just try to reach out to him. And so I messaged him through Facebook and Instagram, and I even contacted the Bluecoats people to see if they had any sort of contact information that I could possibly use. And eventually he responded on Insta and was thought the idea sounded cool, and we did a little Zoom call. I kind of filled him in on everything that was going on, and so he basically just did a little play-in where he recorded through a MIDI keyboard what he actually played, and a lot of it was kind of improvisatory. He mostly would improv a lot of the solo, but then it kind of just started getting like the more, and this happens like when I'm writing a solo in my songs, I will do a bunch of takes of improving, and then you'll find little bits that you like, and you look at, okay, like, I'll use this right here, and then you arrange it around, and then eventually, after improving after a while, you'll get your solo that you want to use, and that kind of just locks in, and you'll sometimes maybe kind of improvise around what you've originally written, but for the most part, just for sanity and ease of playing, you'll just start sticking with the same thing over and over again. Maybe some embellishments here and there, but that's a lot of what it was, and that's what it was for him. So he kind of played what he would usually play, or something close to what he would typically play in the actual performances. And yep, so he played that into me. I downloaded this Logic MIDI session and learned it from that, and then had my assistant Jake come over, and then we went into the live room back behind where the camera is and recorded it. So yep, it was a good time. It's a fun solo. But yeah, I had never heard of Bluecoats or any of that stuff until people started commenting on it, and I was kind of like, what is that? Bluecoats kind of thing. And I got so many comments of people wanting me to play it, where I was just like, okay, I'll give it a try. And then I did.
That's the thing. There was the one thing I think of just like bass and drum chord that actually people like immensely cared about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The top one on my list right now is Panama by Van Halen. And I've learned how to play it. But it's just, like I said, is like I haven't had a chance to really film any guitar videos, unless it's like a really pressing thing like the Burger King one. I've got a lot of videos already in the can that I'm planning on doling out slowly, and I've got a lot of other projects that I'm working on the side right now that it's hard to make sure hard to film a ton of new content all the time. It's very time consuming. And it's like I edit everything myself too. I don't have an editor or anything. So that takes up a lot of time as well. I mean, even for like easier, shorter videos that I could cut up, it still can take quite a bit of time and energy. It's really like the energy expenditure to edit and post videos, which is why I started doing the repurpose.io. It automatically reposts my TikTok videos across the platforms. But if I had to post every single video manually across every single platform that I post to, I wouldn't get anything done other than the videos.
Oh, yeah.
And the videos aren't bringing in enough revenue where I could like justify only doing content creation. Although I am looking to probably start doing some more longer form stuff through my YouTube, like doing full length guitar covers and various things like that. Especially once I get the laser running, and could start doing like cool laser lights. I've got some plans to do some full length guitar cover videos.
Have you actually brought in any revenue through TikTok from it yet, or no?
Yeah, it's just through gifts. I've heard that it's not worth signing up for any sort of ad share revenue because then they actually will. I've heard that they throttle your views. I don't know if that's true if you start joining the ad share thing, but even so, that's not really how you make a ton of money. I think
You gotta sell your soul to TikTok for like 7 cents.
yeah. And so it's like from my live gifts, I've probably made about $50. It's nothing crazy, but the big thing is paid partnerships and brand ambassadorships. That's the real way to make money through TikTok. And then also just like TikTok is
Yeah.
generally just a marketing tool, is what it mostly is. Is you put out your content to gather fans, they look into what you do, and then they support you through other means. And that's so like the big thing obviously like my main kind of thing would be merch or the Moose starter pack stuff, or would be like the main way to kind of like funnel people in and kind of start building up a fan base and all that jazz. But generally speaking, a lot of music, the initial investment is a lot of time, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of things. But I've been working. I think I might have mentioned this before. I've been doing like electrical engineering work since like 2009, since I was in high school,
Oh, nice.
and so I've been working in that. So that's how I'm able to like pay for the music stuff right now. But I'm starting to get to the point where I'm trying to make sure. I mean, I've been trying for years, but this year I'm like really steering into like having an actual plan to properly monetize to a full-time gig the content creation and music production things. So it's a slow burn, and I mean even so, I was like looking into people of like do similar things like me, and it even takes them like 10 years to really be at a 5 to 10 years to have a fully independent income doing the music stuff. And so I've been wanting for like a long time. I was like mad. I was like, why am I not blowing up so fast? Why is this taking so long? And you realize it's like no one really does. It's those are the exceptions, not the rule. The large majority of musicians who do make it into a full-time career have to spend 5, 10, 15 years at it in order to do it. And that's not including college. That's post-college kind of
Oh yeah.
time spent, which I was thinking is like, yeah, I'm doing all this music college stuff and I'm working on projects and I've got collaborators, and as soon as I graduate, I'm going to be writing for a big orchestra for big film stuff, and I could easily blah 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 become the next Hans Zimmer kind of vibe. And it's like, no, it doesn't work like that kind of thing. And you, unless, like I said, is like unless you get really really lucky, and that's again the exception not the rule, then you're gonna have to go in for the long haul. And that's kind of part of the thing as well, is like that's kind of part of the equation for success is the longevity. And I remember one of my favorite lines, and I was thinking about making a video about this as well, is one of my teachers was saying, there's 3 aspects to have success in this career, and I think it works for the whole music industry. They were specifically talking about film scoring and music for movies and whatnot, but it applies for all music careers. Is like work hard, be nice, and get lucky. Those are the 3 parts for a successful music career. And the longer I've been grinding away and working at it, the more I see how true it is.
Add the 4th part to that though. Don't become a drummer.
Drummer ain't bad. One of my best friends is a drummer. Actually, a couple of my best friends are drummers. So, but yeah, there's cool thing about drummer is, although there's the lack of actual like music theory in far as like the actual instrument doesn't require as much music theory as like a melodic instrument does, but percussive, there's a lot of really cool stuff you could do with percussive instruments. I remember when we were in LA and I was part of the USC screen scoring program, we went to visit MB Gordy. He was a session drummer, and he has a whole little studio in his backyard with tons of like exotic drums like djembe, tablas, congos, bongos, all kinds of stuff that you'd never heard of, and he knew how to play all of them very very well. And there's lots of really cool, weird, interesting instruments, and a lot of cool stuff you could do with those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Realize I don't even have the music going. I've got to put the music back on. Get my plays up.
You gotta go. You gotta do that every 30 seconds to settle plug to your music. You know.
Yeah. Let me Boo.
Time to start controversy.
Controversy? Nah. But yeah, the minimalism thing is probably one of my. Oh, you know what? There is a another kind of controversial take I have, and this is. Well, I mean, I've also done the thing about like DJing. That's why I created MooseBot. How I think DJing is kind of silly. For the most part, most DJs kind of just pretend like they're doing things on stage, and most of their set is already kind of predetermined and pre-planned. But I mean, part of your job is obviously to entertain as a DJ, from what I understand, but for the most part...
I think DJs is half musician, half actor.
Yeah.
I think.
I'd say it's probably more so, in my opinion, it's probably more so like 70% actor, 30% musician.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of one of my other hot takes as well. And that's why I came up with MooseBot, because I have no interest in DJing at all. I just like electronic music. And so I was like, well, what if in order to kind of fulfill the DJing side of the industry, I make a robot that can DJ, and then I could stay home and watch Netflix or play Elden Ring. And
oh my gosh.
And thus, MooseBot was born. And currently, I've been working with a lab in Ohio called Yoast Labs, and they are finishing up on MooseBot 2.0, which should hopefully be done in the next month or so, or before the end of next month. And he will be completely plugged in and synchronized to music, so I will actually be able to have a complete like MooseBot DJ show stuff available soon, and I'll probably start doing some lives with that as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Alright, I'm about halfway done with signing these. Really thinned out the stack. These are all the ones that I've signed so far.
Man, how many have you printed?
About 200.
Oh.
Yeah, 200 total starter packs. You're funny, Cayman. I see you in the Twitch chat. Cayman, you should come join us in the Discord. We're just hanging out in the games channel. I've been meaning
we gotta ruin his stream. It's our subtle goal here.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I'm just kind of doing this because I wanted to. I didn't have a specific goal. I wasn't expecting much out of this stream. Other than, you know, getting this stuff done. But yeah, the another, I guess, thing, kind of speaking of this stuff. Oh, Cayman's leaving soon. Alright, no big dealio, Crayman. But another thing I was going to do, I guess, is a kind of somewhat incendiary content piece. What I was going to say is like, yo, check out this new song that Skrillex just dropped, and then playing some of my own song, and then saying is like, oh wait, that wasn't really Skrillex, or like, did you like it? Pretty slapping, right? Well, guess what? That wasn't actually Skrillex, that was my own song. And if you all of a sudden don't like the song because it's not Skrillex, that says more about you than it does about me, kind of thing. But I'm trying to figure out like how I'd want to actually frame the video and do all that stuff. Because people get weirdly defensive about their musical tastes and preferences. It's very interesting. Like one time, like this is okay. Here's a really hot take. I don't like Breaking Bad, and I know a lot of people really love Breaking Bad. And I've been in debates where people have been offended that I don't think Breaking Bad is the best show ever made. And
Jesse, we need to play guitar.
And the weird thing is like I don't understand why I have to like the thing that you also like is the thing. It's like I could have problems with it, and I think the main thing is that people get afraid when someone doesn't like what they like, because if they give you reasons why they don't like what they don't like, they're afraid that that'll ruin their love for the thing that they enjoy. In my experience, like, it seems like that's like the fear is like, if you point out a reason why the show is not good, then the show will not be good anymore, and then I can't enjoy it properly. And I kind of understand the sentiment, because it's like, if you have this thing that comforts you and you really enjoy, you don't want that taken away from you. And so you'll be very defensive about it, but you also have to kind of realize it's just an entertainment show. It's not something more than that. It's not some crazy, big, larger-than-life thing. It's just a TV show. And people get that way about their music as well. Like, if I were to say, like, Playboi Carti sucks, which I think he does, then people who love Playboi Carti would get really, really mad and defensive about that, because they don't hate the thing that I like. And it's a very weird thing, and I think it's because people start to tie their identity to their preferences. Like,
100%.
Like, I'm the guy who likes Blue Oyster Cult. I'm the guy who likes Metallica, and that's part of my identity. And so if you don't like Metallica, you're against my identity. And I think people need to just realize is, like, people are allowed to have opinions, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of, again, like, one of my incendiary things. Another one is, like, Daft Punk. Now, I understand, like, a lot of people are really into Daft Punk. They love Daft Punk and their music and stuff, and I've never gotten into Daft Punk, really. I've enjoyed a few of their songs, but it's like, I don't see them as much of, like, a super creative electronic artist. They're more of, like, mashup artists in many ways. And
yeah.
And the Beatles as well. I get in a lot of trouble when I talk about the Beatles, because I don't like the Beatles either. And we get into this this other debate as well, is like, well, what's important? Innovation in the genre or actual enjoyability? So, like, hypothetically, I could say is like, yeah, the Beatles did a really good job of innovating, I suppose, their genre. Like Daft Punk as well. And, like, Cayman's tuning in about Daft Punk. Berkeley 5 Week, one of the dudes showed me the light. Okay, I was really into Daft Punk until I went to Berkeley 5 Week, and one of the dudes there showed me the light. Yeah, it's like, Daft Punk did a ton of really cool things production-wise and sampling and mashup kind of wise, but I don't find their music catchy or enjoyable. At least most of their music I don't find super catchy and enjoyable. And I think that a lot of people have kind of rose-tinted glasses on that as well. And I just kind of wonder, are people more interested in what is new as opposed to what is good? And we could also get into, like, a whole endless discussion of, is there such a thing as an objectively good piece of art? And that's, again, is like, it's just an endless debate, and you can go down this crazy rabbit holes of, it's like, well, what is good art? What is bad art?
Yeah.
And
I feel like,
yeah, go ahead.
With it's just down to personal opinion and everything. There is no true one thing that no one's going to hate.
Yeah. So here the thing is, like, yeah, everyone has their own personal taste, and that's okay to have your own personal taste in music. The problem is that you also have to understand context. So, like, hypothetically, being in film music and writing music for movies, you really understand about the right kind of context for a film. So, if there's, like, a love scene going on, or, like, a big romantic kind of episode, and I start doing horror music score, it doesn't matter how well written the horror music score is. It doesn't work for the context. And that is where you could say that is an objectively bad piece of music. But then you could also say, as like, well, what if it's a romantic scene, but you know one of the guys is actually secretly planning to kill the woman? Well, you could put horror music or creepy music under it, and it would also work. So there's different ways that the music could actually be good and work for a specific moment, but a lot of it, context is key, and there's a very interesting aspect to it. But you can say that in, like, a traditional romantic scene where, like, the couple is finally getting together for the first time, and you have creepy music for no reason, then that would be poor taste and a bad artistic choice. And
oh yeah,
I think that's the thing that people get caught up in is that they just think is like, oh, well, everything's subjective. There's no real hard or fast rules. And it's like, well, there are a few here and there, you know. There's a few things here and there that I think are important to take into consideration when you're working on a piece, you know. And it's like, I've gotten in trouble. So when I was releasing my album, Neon Kingdom, I was sending it to some playlists, and I got some really, like, snide, rude things because I sent one of my songs for a Slap House playlist, and they were like, this is terrible, I hate it. And I was, like, kind of, like, looking at the stuff on their music, like, on the playlist, and the music on the playlist wasn't at all similar to what I was pitching for. And I was kind of embarrassed because I was like, oh, well, that was a stupid thing of me to do. I should have done my research. And also, it's like, two things can be true at once. One, my song is not shit, unlike the guy said, but also, for that specific playlist, it doesn't make sense. And so in the context of that playlist, it's not good for that playlist kind of thing. And that's kind of the thing that I realized, but even still, the guy was a douchebag, and I hate him. But that's, it's kind of important to understand those, the contextual background for music, and a lot of people get very opinionated about it, as I've mentioned.
That's the one thing people are. The two things: political, religious. I guess three: political, religious, and musical taste. I think that is.
Yeah.
The three biggest, most controversial things.
Not even just music, but like entertainment, content. Things like also like even like within like a YouTuber, if you were to point, if somebody says like, oh, I like to watch this YouTuber, and you say, oh, that YouTuber is shit, like some people who are like diehard fans, like if you say is like, I like Mr. Beast, and like someone says, oh, Mr. Beast is stupid, I could see someone getting very offended by that. It's just a weird dynamic. And I think, again, it's like, it's about, like, what you tie your identity to. Because the thing with, like, politics and religion as well is that those are things that are, and I think rightfully so, very tied to your identity. Because very much politics more so than religion, people tie to their temperament. Religion, I don't even want to really get into that. And I don't even like talking about politics and religion. But these things are very much tied to someone's actual personal identity. And so when you attack someone's political beliefs, that usually is, and it's like political or religious beliefs, that is usually an affront on their actual dyed-in-the-wool identity. And so people will rightfully get upset if you attack their political or religious affiliations. That makes a lot more sense than what kind of music you like to listen to. Like, getting offended about that, that's not what you enjoy in a recreational thing. That shouldn't be tied so much to your identity, you know? Same with, this is another controversial thing, is like people who love to smoke pot all the time. I don't do drugs, I've never done drugs. I don't really condone them, but I also, it's like, I'm not gonna really judge you too much for doing that. But people who smoke pot all the time get really offended if you ever make a mention of, it's like, well, there's some studies that show XYZ, or I don't think it's good for you. They get really mad about it, because I've seen people who smoke pot a lot more than anyone else really tie their identity to their pot smoking, and I don't know why, but they really do. It's just so strange to me.
It's weird. People sometimes tie their identities to the weirdest stuff.
Yep. And also the other thing as well is one-dimensionalism as well. Is like people get very tied into like this one aspect that they want to tie their identity to, and that also bothered me. Even in music schools, like people would like, I'm a jazzer, I'm a film composer, I'm a video game composer, and it's like that's an aspect of it. It's like I never could, like, if I were to introduce myself to someone and I wouldn't be as like, oh, I only play the guitar, that's the only thing I do, that's my identity. And it's like when people like rag on the guitar, it's like it doesn't offend me, because it's like that's not my identity as a guitar player. It's like I do so many other things. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I write film music, I like to play games, I do all kinds of stuff. I like to work out. I have a lot of aspects to that are part of my identity. and whatnot. And even if you attack every single one of those, it's not really that big of a deal to me because I don't really hang my hat on all of these things that I enjoy doing. It's like if you insult one part of what I do, I'm like, okay, well, that's not your thing. I do these other things as well, and I'm happy with what I do. And so it's very strange. And you see actually with working out is a great example. When someone gets into, and I actually ran into this as well when I started to get really into fitness, is that it becomes your identity. Is like everything you eat, drink, and breathe, exercise. And if someone trashes on the workouts you're doing or how you go about your dieting and your working out, you will take offense to that. And I did take offense to it at one point, where I would get mad if people would rag on the way that I would be going about my diet and fitness and everything. And I would sneer at people and be like, oh, you're doing lunges? Pfft, that's loser stuff. I do squat jumps. And it's basically like a form of elitism in a way. And identity-based elitism is, most elitism is bad. Not just, I'll say most, because I'm not sure. Maybe there is a kind of elitism that is good. I'm not sure. Jury's out on it, in my opinion. But for the most part, elitism based off of, especially like malleable characteristics, it's like, why does that matter? That's not part of who you are. So that's my hot take. Those are my hottest takes that I will share.
Controversy for the week.
Controversy for the week. Well, it's okay because I've only got like 2 viewers, 10, about less than 10 viewers across the board right now. So I'm not feeling super worried about this getting clipped and going viral. And I stand by what I say as well. It's not like I'm saying stuff that I don't believe.
Guys got rooted his life. We just hates certain exercises. Take them down.
Yeah, lunges are stupid. I actually don't like lunges, but I'm doing them anyways because of my workout program specifically. Yeah. Oh no, Travis Fly clipped it!
Oh no, he's got it!
Oh no, he's got me. Now there's going to be all of the smear articles about me, and they're going to use all of the ones of my face doing this. My evil face. There's no shortage of terrible looking faces that I'm making. Oh, John is here. Facebook, he agrees. Glad to hear it, John. Yeah. I'm imparting my knowledge. I'm starting my Mooseheads cult to indoctrinate all of you with my radical beliefs of not tying your identity to something that you enjoy doing on the weekends or listening to in your AirPods.
How dare you?
Oh, Bulgarian split squats, John. Those are the worst. Those are fun because you get, in a way, because it's like you do get really sore from them, and so you feel like you did something really good, but man, are they ass. Especially if you have to go all the way down, like knee to the ground, Bulgarian split squats. Ugh. Rough.
Oh, no.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bulgarian. Yeah, no.
For the longest time, I was very anti-squat. And then I did a few personal training sessions, and my trainer, she showed me how to properly squat. Now it's one of my favorite lifts. But yeah, the big thing is a lot of form stuff is super important. Excuse me. To getting a proper workout and like range of motion and everything. What is better, pancake or waffles? Pancake or waffles? This is Jas Dragon coming in from YouTube. I'd probably have to say waffles, because waffles tend to get crispier on the outside while fluffier on the inside. And that's mostly because waffles use oil instead of... pancakes don't use oil in the actual mix. So yeah. Ooh, John hitting 3 reps of 300 this week. Very nice, very nice. My 1 rep max for squats, last I calculated it was about a 326. I don't know what it is now. It has gone up, but I haven't actually done a proper testing for my squats in a long time. So, I don't actually know where my squat is. I'm guessing it's probably around 330. I don't think I'd be able to do 3 reps at 300 though. That's pretty impressive. Almost done with these moose photos. now I'm probably preaching to the choir, but just in case there's people who didn't know, I'm selling these Moose starter packs. They are absolutely free, other than shipping and handling, which is only $7. And what happens is you will get a signed photo of me as the Moose, a prototype drawing of Moosebot, who is sitting here behind me, and a Neon Kingdom Moose sticker set. Link in bios where you can get all this stuff, and I'll also give you a handwritten note, and they come in these awesome envelopes as well. So check out link in bio for all that goodness. I'm almost done signing these. I've only got about like 15 left. And then Jazz Dragon, they've got, yep, Waffles do have the pockets for toppings. That is also great as well. Yeah, James, thanks for the gift, by the way, my guy. So yeah, if you want to get the starter pack, link in bio through that. And yeah, I've got to make some merch for Burning for Moose. All right, thanks, Kramen, for tuning in via Twitch. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Throw just a thing of fruit snacks in a random starter pack. Think how confused they would be.
That's kind of like what Sweetwater does. When you order gear from Sweetwater, they'll send you a little packet of candy. I never eat it because it's like sweet tarts and like shit that I don't want, so I usually give it to my daughter. She's 3, so she likes those kinds of... She doesn't care what it is, as long as there's sugar in it, she'll eat it. Silly stuff. Alright. I'm so close to finishing this up. I'll have to do another stream sometime where I'm just packing these. I was expecting to start packing them, putting them all in the envelopes, but this is... Signing the rest of these is just taking forever.
I feel bad that I recommended the little Moose thing.
No, it's fine. I like it. It's fun. It gives it personality. Although I'm not doing the scribbledy gook version, I'm just doing the print version. Let's see, just print, regular old Moose photo. But yeah, I'm really excited for to get the laser ready for the live streams. It's gonna be lit, literally. Literally lit.
Sure. Hold on.
All right,
Way
John
back,
saying
my goat.
10 sets as well. May have enough for starter box. Should make patches. Ooh, patches would be cool. Yeah, I could look into that, incorporate that. I mean, right now, maybe I'd include that in like the VIP pack, because the starter pack, I'm like barely breaking even with the cost expenditure for the starter packs, and I don't want to be totally going into the red with the starter packs. I want to at least be netting maybe like 50 cents, which I think is what I'm netting at the moment. But yeah, Moose Patch, that's a great idea. I'll look into that. There's supposed to be the funnel system that I use, Street Team, is supposedly supposed to get Printful integration soon, which is the distributor I use for my merch. And so hopefully I'll be able to make easier kind of merch bundles soon for people, where you can just order it directly through there. Only 3 more to go. 3. 2. 1. Hey, we made it. Well, that'll probably be it for me tonight, or today. That was pretty exhausting. My shoulder's kind of sore from all of that. Ooh. Alrighty. Well, this is a fun impromptu stream. Well, sort of impromptu. Alrighty. Well, yep, like I said, be sure to get the starter pack and check out Burnin' for Moose on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get music. Link in bio for all of that. And, yeah, this was a fun time, and see you guys later. I might do some game streaming in the Discord tonight. I'm not sure. Like I said, family in town, kind of tricky, but yeah. You guys take care, and I will talk to you later. All right, take care, John. Take care, TikTok crew. See you guys later.